Alright, this is 2020.24.6.1, and we're heading out onto the Beltway, DC Beltway. Let's see how we do today. Of course, we've got the new full self-driving computer. We've got hardware 2, which means we've got full hardware for AutoPilot 3.0, which is the latest version. And we'll see how things have improved, if at all. And of course, we've got a whole slew of videos with a similar title. They just have different software versions and different episode numbers. So check the channel. And there are a few things rattling in my car. Alright, it's signaling out of this lane. That's nice. Hasn't always done that. Oh, we're getting over one more lane? Nice. It's thinking ahead of the game here. Maybe it's been gathering data from other cars from the neural network. Let's see what it does up here. I'm going to increase the speed a little bit. First time we almost went over to the express lanes on that first opportunity. Usually we skip by that one for sure, but this time it wasn't that hard of a skip. It could have almost made it. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Oh, and are we shifting back to the right lane? Usually it does that here after this interchange, or at least part of it. I don't know why, because we're on local lanes. You wouldn't think it would want to do that, especially if it knows we need to get to the express lane. Let's see if it's not going to do that. That'd be great if it doesn't do it. You see there's a lot of cars coming in here. We're on track. There's a little window here where you can get over in time to get onto the express lanes here. But usually by the time it signals, that window has closed up, that opportunity's gone. Let's see. It'll probably start signaling right about now, and it's too late. See how it's solid? Oh, someone crossed the solid line there. We're not going to do it. It's too late. It still hasn't got that figured out. Whoa, it's braking. Whoa, it got close to that. What do you call them? There's a name for those things in the middle of the road there. Crush barrier, whatever you want to call it. There's a name. I can't think of it right now. But it really thought of. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. It really thought about going. I thought for a second there I might try it. This crush barrier is crushed up here, and we're going for it. No problem. We usually make it right through here. Except we got company here on the right. There's a car. You can see it there in the screen. It's going to be competitive here. How are we going to handle this? Alright, we're speeding up. Are we even going to signal? No. That's rude. Should have signaled. What is the name of that thing? It's not a crush barrier. Somebody out in a Model X in California actually died when they ran straight on into it at full speed. They crush. There's another one right here. And people go into them on a regular basis. They keep having to replace these. That's a full one, a new one. So we're heading down 270 South. Just came from the Gaithersburg Supercharger. And we are going to head into the DC Beltway. We got to get on a spur before we get to the Beltway. Got a little bit of traffic here. It's definitely getting more and more traffic-y as COVID-19 wanes. things get opened back up. Truck in front of me really sped up. See, there's a section here where the line goes away. It used to give me trouble. Some previous versions of software, it doesn't give any trouble anymore. We were over there last week. Let's see how this merge is going to get handled. That was smooth. Emergency vehicle. Somebody broke down on the minivan. That was the last exit, Montrose Road, before we get to the spur. This means we're gonna have to veer off to the right up here, and AutoPilot already knows all this. Saying in 0.8 miles, it's going to be a right turn. I can't remember if it needs to get out of this lane or if this lane works. And actually, last time we were here, there was milled pavement all over the place here. They've just repaved this section, which is nice. Hopefully this Honda minivan is going to stay in their lane. Oh, my screen's jumping all over the place. It was that big truck. That wasn't very accurate. All right, right now I'm in a couple people's blind spots. This is not good. I wish it wouldn't stay in blind spots. And we lose a lot of the lanes here. Just like they had some repaving here. This is old pavement. Hopefully we'll go off to the right as we're supposed to here. It's signaled and we went, good. And then we're neck and neck with that Honda minivan to my right. Yeah, I really wish they'd do something about keeping out of people's blind spots. You'd think it wouldn't be that difficult to plug that into the software. Just keeping people out of my blind spot and me keeping myself from hovering in people's blind spots. It would save a lot of accidents. Alright, let's turn the signal to the right. Whoop, see, somebody appeared there. Whoop, is it still trying to go? That person to my right, it was like we were both competing for the same lane. They were coming from the other direction, but you saw how AutoPilot handled it? It was handled well. That person's still over there in my blind spot. This is what I'm talking about blind spots, especially when traffic gets involved. You get a lot of cars. This really could be an issue. All right, they hung back, they fell back, so they're not in my blind spot anymore. They're a good bit further back. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments. How do you think it did? Whoop. That is a panic braking. That's with the shadows. My protein bottle just fell over. That's the warning. I'm in this person's blind spot, and this lane's going to end. Something's got to happen here. Man, I've done previous videos here, and my Tesla has not yielded in the past. If you look back 3.5 years ago when I first got it, it would ram cars that tried to do that. It would not slow down. So things have come a long way with the software. Still have a ways to go. I'm just pointing out these things where there's areas for improvement, because Tesla doesn't really tell you when they've added or subtracted these types of things, which they do from time to time. These aren't listed on the list of functions that they guarantee or don't guarantee. So we are on the Beltway now. After that turn to the right back there, we're on the Beltway, circling around. We're going counterclockwise, heading into Northern Virginia. We're in Maryland still. We'll cross over the American Legion Bridge into Northern Virginia. Once we get into Northern Virginia, we're going to have to get into the express lanes immediately in order to make our exit. And that's been an issue. We made it once where the software actually directed us onto the express lanes, but other times it's been inconsistent and it hasn't made it. So we'll see how it does today. Basically, if it's not going to make it, I'll just take over the wheel. I was really surprised when it did make it recently. You can look at that. Just go back a few episodes with the same title, different software version, and different episode number. It's hard to see here. White pavement, reflection from the afternoon sun, but it's doing just fine. It's looking further down the road. It's got the lines right. Something like that used to give it issues, but not anymore apparently, which is good. We needed improvement in that area. Alright, it's telling me the upcoming lane change. As you can see, that blue rectangle, it's going to change into the right lane because it knows it needs to do that well in advance. This will give us plenty of time. Oh, we got some traffic coming up. This ought to be interesting. Whoa, a lot of slamming on brakes, it looks like. Alright, signaling now. Is it going to try to get in front of this truck? Yes, hopefully in front of it, it'll scoot in. It does. Good. That's a nice one. So much better than it used to be. Again, if you look at the history on this, I've got several years of history. Same exact car here, too. Same car I've had for 3.5 years, 131,000 miles, supercharged almost 1,500 times. We've replaced computers, both AutoPilot and the MCU, upgraded. Same sensor suite. They're all original sensors, cameras. But it's like I have a newer car now. It's like almost like I got a new car, almost. With all these new computers in here, it's like getting a new phone. So it feels like they operate so much more smoothly. Even like automatic emergency braking and those types of things, pedestrians, it's stopping with certainty now. Whereas in the past, it was like rolling the dice whether it was going to stop or not. It felt like the computers could barely keep up. That's the feel I got anyway. I don't know that for a fact. But I did have to pay $2,500 for this upgrade, and they didn't replace the screen. They owe me one, but they're gonna put that on there that they owe me a free screen. So no problem. I'll get it later. All right, now we got to get off to the local lanes here. Let's see what the system does. I may need to grab the wheel all of a sudden. Oh, it's signaling. There we go, right in line where it needs to be. Perfect. Nice. So glad to see that. So I haven't really had to intervene at all, and I haven't felt like, other than the blind spots, like I was saying, that's still not been solved with software, but hopefully it will. But I didn't feel the need to intervene. But the blind spot thing, you never know until someone just suddenly turns into you, and then you're in an accident. But so far that has not been it. That's good. All right, now we got to get over 2 lanes of traffic to the right to get off, and that shouldn't be a problem. If we already got off from the express lanes, I would think that it would do this. It's asking me to assist. Okay, there we go. All right, that's it. Nice and smooth, I think. Let me know your thoughts. Comment below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and the bell for notifications. Need your help with that, please. It really helps me out. Thanks a lot. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.